In this episode of Cooking with Kara, we're making one of my all-time favorite backpacking meals, burritos. If you've watched any of my backpacking meals or follow me on Instagram, you'll probably have seen some burrito content. All that you really need for this to make this recipe is your typical cooking equipment. You'll need to have a stove, a pot, your lighter, a spoon to eat with, of course, and a freezer bag. Stay tuned towards the end. I do have a cold soaking option as well. Here are the ingredients. The bean flakes I have here, I got from a Town and Country. It's a chain if you live in the Puget Sound in Washington State. If not, look online, check out your local bulk sections. Pretty handy. You can also dehydrate them. So, besides bean flakes, I like to pre-season these. These ones are just bean flakes. So what I will do is I will measure my bean flakes out before I head out. I have found 1.5 cups of bean flakes is the correct amount. So let's go ahead, we're gonna measure. Alright, so I found about 1.5 cups of bean flakes is the perfect amount. So got it in the bag. Next, I'm gonna season it. So first, I'm gonna do 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Got chili powder, 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. Hot water, about a 1-to-1 ratio, so 1.5 cup beans. I usually do 1.5 cups of water. So let's pour it in there. Give it a shake, maybe a little bit of massage. And then you're gonna wait for it to rehydrate. Also, if you have an old backpacker pantry, mountain house type thing, you can stick it in here. And it helps rehydrate too. Alright, it's been 5 minutes. Let's take a look at it. So you can sometimes tell if it's not cooked or not. You can see the flakes, but as you can see, it looks pretty well cooked. If it looks too dry, you can always add more water. If you've added too much water, it's become soup, which is still fine. All right, so let's dress it on the burrito. So usually for the ratio of beans to tortilla, I usually do 2 tortillas, and they are the taco size, but I only had burrito size. So for today, we're gonna go for it. So let's grab it. If you don't wanna do the tortilla, you can just eat it out of the bag. You could add your rice to it. Voila, bean burrito. Now for the taste test. I know it's delicious because I have it a lot. Now, if you're looking for a cold soak option, and that means not using a stove at all, this is a perfect recipe. And I've done it both for using my stove and as a cold soak, especially on my longer backpacking trips. And a perk of doing cold soaking is that you don't have to bring your stove, you don't have to bring your fuel. It can lighten up your bag a little bit. So I'm definitely a fan of cold soaking, and this is a really delicious recipe for it. Basically, you keep the same ingredients, the same ratios. With the water, it might, depending on the temperature where you're camping, it might take longer to rehydrate. On average in the summer, anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes for it to rehydrate. You can always do a taste test. If it's a little bit crunchy, needs a little bit more time. And a lot of times I still just use the plastic bag. It's just collapses easily, just throw it in my trash bag. Another popular option though is you can cold soak in a jar. You can reuse it a lot easier. It's a lot easier to eat out of, especially if you're not gonna put it in a burrito. So that's definitely an option to do as well. So you don't have to just stick to the stove. Cold soaking is great, I think. Not for everybody. Hot meal is pretty awesome as well, but these burritos are a great cold soak option too. I hope you found this video to be useful, maybe a little bit entertaining. Let me know down in the comments below, what's your favorite freezer bag recipe? What kind of recipes would you like to see? I've been thinking about doing a little bit more recipe options here and maybe start doing some dehydrating videos too. So let me know what you think down in the comments below, and thanks so much for watching. All right, bye!